Hello everyone, this is Dry, we're back. So, the next weapon we have is the Order Stringer replica from the Spire. The range is fucking impeccable, it's basically really great. And charge speed and mobility is the same, which we have the Toxic Mix and the Killer Whale. I rarely use the Toxic Mist, I really don't use it as much. Like most people, I just don't. I'm more of a make my shots kind of guy. What you've seen throughout my LP, I'm just more of the shots person, if I can say that for myself at least. As I'm doing this video, I might introduce a few new LPs in the future, so I want you all to be careful of that. What are those LPs? I think they're going to be, I'm going to start the GTA Trilogy Let's Play, which, I mean, I already did one game, I just need to do the two others, and I'll explain how that goes. I'll do another mobile game as an LP, which I know it's going to be fucking stressful for me, because I'm already doing so many, but don't worry, I'm taking my time with a few of them, so rest assured, it's not that haphazard for me. And with Luigi's Hidden Mansion, I just need to be very fucking careful with... We can do it, it's just stressful, because me and Joe need to work together, and I have to tell my brother what we need to do, and sometimes when he gets frustrated, it's very hard for him to listen. And it's very hard for me to, like, convey stuff and to, like, tell people what to do, because I don't really give orders sometimes, so it's hard for me and Joe to communicate when we're playing games together, because it's just difficult. Even though we are brothers and we've been with each other for years, it's still difficult. So as you see here, we're doing our best with the Tri-Slinger, as always, with, you know, Tri-Slinger weapons. I don't know how to talk about here other than, like, talk about, like, my personal feelings about, like, the internet and whatever else. I guess some people do like to hear my opinions on things sometimes, because I just have a broadened perspective. To be fair, I just want everyone to be happy and safe. I just don't want people to fucking ruin others' lives for no fucking reason. Like, even for the most stupidest reason. Oh, because you don't like him, so I'm gonna ruin his fucking life because I don't like his face, because he looks moderately ugly. Like, are you fucking serious? Because of the way he looks, because the way he acts, I'm gonna, like, ruin his life, this person's life, just because they looked at me weird? Okay, what are you, fucking 16? Fucking relax, high school drama queen. Like, this ain't fucking high school no more. This is fucking RRL. Like, have your parents and your peers have fucking taught you to, like, how to deal with other people? Like, fucking honestly. It's... I don't know if I talked about this in the last video, but it's just ridiculous, man. I hate this type of behavior. It probably just makes me want to fucking sternly, like, look at them. It's just, if I see people act like this, I would just look at them with the most disdain and just stare at them. They wouldn't know why, but they're like, why are you looking at, like, a disappointed parent? It's like, honestly, I'm not disappointed at you. I just feel remorse for their parent having to see their child act like this. It's just sad, man. But going off from what I was talking about, that back to LPs, I am going back to LPs, going back to projects. I am thinking about doing a few new ones. Of course, the April LP is always going to happen. April Fools is always a thing I always do on this channel. It's always going to happen. There's going to be an April Fool's LP every single year. I've done it since the very beginning, like with Rusty's Real Deal and the Street Pass, Swap Note. I believe the other year at some point was Bear's Restaurant, if I remember. I think another one was Hide the Kids, Hide something. I'll have to look like what was an April Fool's LP, but I always do one every year. Just something that comes out of nowhere, like someone would never expect me to do an LP on a game. But I've done a lot of one-shots, and people know for like one-shots, it's either because I don't feel confident enough to complete that game, or because I know I won't be able to complete it. Yet I'm the same motherfucker that did a whole LP on fucking pinball. I don't know, man. There's some projects I'm willing to do if I feel like it. Hell, someday, another mini LP, much like Demon King Box, might become an LP. It might. I've been thinking about this very hard. I'm going to look back at some of the views for some of the older mini LPs, and out of the largest one, the second to largest or the largest one, I will make a brand new LP, this late 2024 or 2025. And if I do look and I see which ones, it will be clear enough. But don't worry, all your voices have been heard. I'm well aware of what I'm doing for most of my LPs, and I am working hard on them. King of Fighters especially. My brother was doing a lot of stuff yesterday while I was doing Splatoon. Some of the weapon. Earlier you probably heard him, he was playing King of Fighters and doing stuff in Epic Quest. So yes, we are focusing on those games. It is happening. With Fire Emblem Heroes, I'm just waiting until there's like a big enough stuff, like there's like enough chapters so I can finish book 8 in one go and just do a bunch of paralogs together. That's what I'm waiting for to do the most, so that's why it's taking a while to do more new videos of that. As well as, I understand there's a lot of that LP, so I will try to do more. Wordscapes I've been taking a break from as well. I will start up some more Wordscapes soon. Just soon. I don't know when I'm going to go back to it. It's just soon. I know, I went back to the 16 videos a day thing. It's inevitable. But some days I will do 4 parts. I will slow down. Just some days I will slow down. Oh, I hate that section. You just fucking stand up there. What am I supposed to do? I freaking choked. Like an idiot. Yeah, got him. See, I'm not complete trash. I somehow beat a lot of Spire runs, and I did the Octo Shot the first run with only 6 fucking perks, and I was still able to do it. I just can't play competitively online as good as everyone else can. That's because I suck at one thing doesn't mean I completely suck. It's just, there's just some things I have trouble with. That's all. And my brother's friends came the other few days. Yes, they finally showed up, and that my brother finally got to introduce them to me, and well, I introduced myself to them, and they could tell. They're like, yeah, your personalities are completely fucking different. Yeah, and I went on long talks of what I believe, and just more philosophical things. I do talk more about that and how I feel about things nowadays. I just feel like more philosophical and, to hear people's opinions. Because if I hear people's opinions on stuff like this, it kind of shows me their character and, shows me what type of person they're like if they react in the way they do. Not everyone is an evil person, but not everyone is fully good, if you can understand what I mean. Everyone, from what I've learned growing up, everyone has a gray area. It's just determining which gray area they find line on and how you can perceive it. That's what I've learned. I'm not exactly the most greatest person, but I try to be kind to everyone. I try to understand from where they come from. even if they do, you know, don't talk to others, and you do completely ignore them, and you can call out people for some of their behaviors and stuff like that, but it's still frustrating to see people, like, do that shit to you. It's like, when one of my work colleagues, you probably heard me say, a guy, literally, last Sunday, basically just left me to fucking do all this stuff by myself. No, I was with someone, but God, was it painful. There was this one dude, and I told my the colleague, I'm like, hey man, if you need me to switch, let me know. He's like, no, man, I'm always ready. I'm like, I worked in construction, I'm fine. And then he goes like, oh man, it's just never ending. I'm like, dude, that's why I said we can switch. If you feel like you need a break, I will do it. I've been through this multiple fucking times. Like, I know I look young for my age, and I know, like, compared to him, he's older than me. But some of these new guys gotta remember, I've been here for a long fucking time. I know how the restaurant gets. I know how this shit works. And some of the chefs are like, hey, like, you can rely on, like, you know, Zach. Like, he's been here for years. He knows what he's doing. Just because I'm younger than you does not mean I'm a kid. I know what I'm doing. Let me do my job, please. Like, I can help you out. I'm a colleague. That's the whole point. I'm supposed to help my peers get stuff done. That's literally the whole point. And I work hard so people see that I can work hard so they can rely on me more. And sometimes it doesn't always work that way, but sometimes it does. And I tell people I do the very best I can. I let them know, like, when I can be able to do it, and I do try to run as fast as I fucking can. And I know the guys are like, hey, stop focusing on the fucking sheet pan. I'm like, no, dude. If I focus on if I get the pants done now, you can just run them through so we can get shit done. And I knew what I was doing. Because if we left those sheet pans to sit there, I would have been there for a whole lot longer doing those sheet pans on frickin' Sunday night. It would have absolutely been dreadful. And it just reminded me of how it used to be. Like, before there were guys coming in the morning. Yeah, it was rough. Because if I got there, I had to do all of the fucking afternoon and morning prep. Like, basically all the dishes they didn't fucking clean. And the dining room stuff. Like, the day of, like, cleaning up all the plates from the tables during the hour. Yeah, it was rough. It was absolutely rough. Because sometimes the prep stuff would take up to, like, I don't know, sometimes, like, 2 to 3 hours to clean alone. And that depends if there's, like, a function at all. That solely depends how long it's going to take. And sometimes it gets rough. And that's why I say to, like, some of my colleagues back at, like, when I was in Related, I'm like, hey, do not underestimate dishwashing work. It can get rough. And like, oh yeah, Zurzak, it's so tough. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Depending on the restaurant, it can either be a blessing or your worst fucking nightmare. Like, and honestly, I'm just used to it now, but I do wish for more days I do go back to those days, like, when I was, like, working more. I know I bitched about this back in the early days when I was, like, doing, you know, the expansion pass for Sword and Shield, and I know I bitched, but I kind of miss those days. Because now it feels like I'm just wasting away in my house doing absolutely nothing, because I've done so many LPs up to this point. It feels like I'm just wasting away. But I am doing my hardest with all these projects. I absolutely am. I know I don't talk a lot, but I do put effort into some of the stuff. So, yeah, this is what I feel like. Every time I do talk about work and how I talk about the old days, it just makes me reminiscent, you know? That I took a lot of things for granted when I was younger, but now I look back and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of glad I had the life that I did. I'll talk more and see you guys in the next video when we go over the next weapon. Bye, guys.